all those things that have sort of naturally grown up through decades, from a policy handbook to sort of the unwritten rules of the road that are now going to need to be written in terms of how you operate in the workplace to evaluating the quality of their work, all of that will need to be replicated in just the right way for your sort of independent but
Absolutely
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, I think the interesting thing for humans is we're all going to be supervisors, right? And so I think these management skills are in terms of, how to bring clarity to what it is you're trying to achieve, how to put structure around how to break up the work and get it done, how to clearly communicate, to an intelligence around around what you're trying to do. Those are all going to be even more important, I think, in this world, and more people. Maybe those types of supervisory skills, just based on the math, was something you'd expect from 15 to 20% of your workforce. So I think in this new world, you're really going to need to expect those skills
Yeah.
from nearly 100% of your workforce.
Yeah.
at some
Yeah.
level somebody has to own in this world you're describing, someone, a human somewhere, has to be accountable to
Accountability is a big question, right?
accountability is huge here because there's not an outcome where something, whether it's a customer service agent or whether it's a sales agent or any number of roles where something bad happens and it can't ultimately be owned or pointed to a human as accountable for the outcome.
Yeah, and I think that's why I think what you are going to start to see is each of us kind of having agents we're accountable for. They're assigned to us in the way that you'd assign a supervisor. You get a budget. These things, by the way, aren't super cheap. like
Yeah.
I'm probably, I don't want any of y'all to know how much I'm spending a day on agent calls. It's probably, how much as a person.
I've actually seen
I've seen your
Yeah,
plot.
it's pretty bad, you can be a couple $100 a day. You could easily run up with some of these coding things. So I think you've got you're going to have a budget. These agents going to be assigned to you when you leave, right? If you leave, well, that agent was doing important work. It probably had its own email address and had its own Slack. It was tied to things that are set up. How does that transition work? There's going to be a lot of weird stuff we have to work through. I think around the way these non-human employees effectively work in our enterprises.